Well, go ahead and find a comfortable way to sit. Hopefully, you're sitting on the floor, on your mat, and you're ready to take on your asana practice today. So, as you're settling yourself in, settling yourself into your body, settling yourself down onto your mat, into your into your space here today, just have this sense of becoming a bit more surrounded in that sense of who you are. But just that sense of it, the feeling of it. Some people call it the vibration of you, that sense of being. And as you close your eyes and as you begin to allow your breath to deepen, noticing that sense of slowing down, perhaps coming to that space of calm at the center or at the depth of your being. So there's an old story that comes out of the yogic tradition, and it's about the salt doll. Salt, like salt in the ocean or salt that you'd sprinkle on your food, salt. So there's this salt doll who's wandering around the world questioning, who am I? Who am I? What is my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing here? As she wanders through the forests, across the deserts, over the mountains. And she journeyed for thousands of miles until one morning she comes to a great ocean and she stops because the sounds, the rhythms the rhythm of the waves, the smell of the ocean, smell of the salt, just she was instantly mesmerized and drawn to it. There was a pull. And even the colors of the sky, the spray of the ocean water on her face, it all spoke to her in a language that was both new and yet familiar. And she was fascinated by this moving liquid mass. So it was so unlike anything that she had ever seen before. "What are you?" asked the salt doll. And the ocean replied, "Come on in and see." So she started to step into the water. Step by step, she began to wade in. The further the salt doll went in, she started to realize that she was dissolving because she, of course, was made of salt. So she dissolved until there was only a pinch of her left. And in that little pinch of consciousness, before the last bit dissolved of the salt doll into the ocean, the doll exclaimed in wonder, "Now I know what I am." So close your eyes now and plunge yourself. Wade in. I still see eyes opened. Close your eyes. Wade inside, deep beneath the turmoil on the surface, deep beneath that needless worrying. Wade in deep beneath all the planning for your future. Just be. And breathe. Breathe deep. Relax the belly as you inhale the breath. Exhale. Exhale for the trees. Inhale, receive the gift from the trees. From the algae. Exhale. Give back what you don't need, what the earth needs from you. Big breath in and exhale. And as you sit for another few moments, eyes closed, you've waded in into the sea of bliss. Just say the words in your mind somewhere. I am. I am. I am. All right. Now, when you're ready, see if you can slowly open your eyes, but try not to lose this sense of connection to this deep sense of self. I'm going to come to the floor now. Come all the way to the floor into a child's pose. So getting your bolster or your pillows, or whatever you've been using, yoga ball, if you've been using a yoga ball, put it in front of you. And then you can come down over the, whatever the prop is. Turn your head to one side or the other. Let the elbows bend out to the sides. Relax your face. Stay with the breath. Renouncing engagement with anything else except the breath and the body in child's pose. This is your mental health break. All right, so you can take another breath here. And go ahead and push yourself up as you're ready. We're going to try to do a number of restorative postures today to kind of keep you in the parasympathetic nervous system, or that side of your central nervous system. Keep you relaxed, in other words. So go ahead and take a bolster now, or again, you can use those pillows or a couple rolled blankets, or even if you just have yoga blocks. Here, I'll show you with the blocks too. although I only have one handy. So I'm going to do one with the bolster and the other with the yoga block. You can have your knees be over the blocks as you come over and forward for the turtle. So just get creative with what you have. But we're gonna, you see where the bolster is under my legs, under my knees? And then just let your knees kind of drop out to the sides a little bit and then reach over your legs. Oh, yeah. And even rest your hands on top of your feet. Drop your head. Closing your eyes, relaxing your face. And just noticing what's going on with you today. Sending a spoke out to pay attention to the body sensations. Maybe you notice kinds of thoughts that you're having or emotional content or memories or what else? Maybe you're thinking about your connection to others. Just breathe. Try to breathe into your upper back, expanding the rib cage. Noticing sounds and the air and smells, the taste in your mouth. All right, so then you can take one more breath here. And you can start to push yourself up. You can extract that bolster or whatever you were using, whatever you put under your knees, you can push it off to the side. And then find a chair, something that's a little more on the taller side, higher side than just a bolster. You can use a chair from a desk or a kitchen chair. Okay, go ahead. Legs in a straddle, legs wide, right? And if you like, you can even, depending on what you need, you can even build up this surface here, because you're going to want to be able to, as you're folding forward, hinging from the tops of your legs, you're going to want to stack up your forearms and rest your head on the seat of the chair. Sometimes people like to put their arms on the floor, their hands on the floor instead of on the stacked up on the seat of the chair, and then rest the forehead on the seat. That works too. If that's too hard, you can put some kind of a cushion there or go back to stacking the forearms. And just try to keep your feet pointing straight up. So the toes are pointing up toward the ceiling to keep your legs from rolling out. And then just kind of work out any minor discomforts. If you need to kind of scoot your sit bones back a little bit or take the flesh of the sit bones, pull them back. So you're right on the front edge of the ischial tuberosities. Do that. But just really fully allowing your head to rest. Like you're going to put your head down and take a nap. Closing your eyes. Nowhere else that you need to be. Up here now, in this moment of now. Stay present. If you need to refresh, take a deep breath, come back. What are your feet doing? Is there still gripping, stress in the shoulders? Is there any way that you can release that tension? All right, so you can start to bring yourself back, pushing yourself up. Mhm. So don't push your chair away too far. We're going to use it again in a minute, but you can just bring your legs in and sit cross-legged. And we're going to do some opening for the neck. So as I was watching some of the videos, some of you have used this in your videos, and I'm glad to see that you are. I find it a very amazing opener to my neck and a tension releaser. It really kind of melts the tension in my neck and shoulders. But I just want to kind of say one thing about that. It isn't like you're trying to crack your neck. Like I know some people like can crack their neck. I used to have my AP English teacher in high school, my junior year, Mr. Gregory, Toms River High School North, go North, class of 80. He used to stand up in front of the classroom and crack his neck, and I would just be in such awe of his ability to do that. But that's not what we're doing. It's more muscular. So try to stay in the muscles as you're drawing your head over. And it's really just allowing your head to kind of rest on the shoulder, and then you'll just feel all this opening, and even the opposite shoulder might actually drop a little bit, and just stay for a half a minute. Probably have noticed by now that we don't really do things quickly in yoga. It's like your excuse to slow down, right? So then if your head has been in this position for a while, you might want to take your hand to the other side of your head, to your face, and kind of put your head back on top so you don't strain any neck muscles there. And then we're going to go to the other side. Yay. Take your head over. And just be gentle with it. You might not have as much of a range of motion as the next person, or you might have a lot, but just be mindful of the fact that you're being safe and gentle, respectful of your own body and where you're at here. Okay, let's take a couple more breaths. And it's nice just to hold your head, because then it's like you kind of brace it. You're not going too far. All right, so then you can take your hand back to the other side and put your head back on top. And so now you're going to come forward. So it's a dipping, taking the chin to the throat or chin to the chest. I'm always amazed at how much tension is in the back of my neck down into my rhomboids when I do this. It's like, wow, that's where I put all my stress. So it's like unpacking the tension, letting it go so it doesn't become habitual and become problematic. All right, so then you can gently take your head back up. And now we're going to go up. So the opening is occurring in the front of the neck, in the throat, sternomastoid muscles, all these in here. You're swallowing. Can you feel it? If you swallow right now, you'll feel hyoid engagement movement, but just open the throat. Even you could even, instead of just knocking your head back, you can point the chin up toward the ceiling, make it be active. I like to look up, but if you get too dizzy looking up, just keep the eyes in a neutral position. Just breathe. All right, and you put your hands on the back of your skull, and you can allow the hands to be what kind of brings the head back to an upright position. Get more mechanical that way. And then let's now take one leg forward under the chair, And then the other leg, the knee is going to bend. So this is Janu Shirsasana, head to knee pose, or head over, actually, knee pose. So if this knee that's bending, I guess my chair is kind of hiding what's going on in the posture, isn't it? So if that knee that you're bending is kind of up in the air, like whoop, way up here, put something underneath it so you feel more grounded. You feel more steady, more stable, right? But if the knee can just rest, leg can just rest on the floor off to the side, that's okay too. So now we're going to come forward in Janu Shirsasana. So keeping the foot that's ahead of you there, keeping the toes pointing up toward the ceiling, and the other toes might be kind of tucked under the thigh or just right along the inner thigh there. You kind of walk your sit bones back as you fold from the tops of your legs. And again, you're going to find a way to rest your head, either on your stacked up forearms or on a blanket on top of the chair, or if you like the hardness of the chair, just stay with the head on the chair. If you have a headache, tension headache, it might be nice to put something hard or firm anyways under your forehead. Kind of roll your head from side to side on that firm surface. Right along the brow, above the brow line. And closing your eyes. Just release. Be present with your presence. All right, so you can take one more breath here. Or take two. They're free. And then you can push yourself up. And we're going to go to the other side now. Second side. So you're going to switch your legs, take the second leg forward. Bend the other knee. Janu Shirsasana. Your Shirsha is your head, your Shirsa, and your Janu is your knee. Asana. Who remembers what asana means? All right. And when you're ready, folding forward. Pop quiz. What does asana? How does asana translate into the English language from the Sanskrit? Breathe. Right. You can take another breath here. And begin to push yourself up. Come back to a sitting position, upright. Take your legs out from under the chair. And you can move your chair off to the side. And then let's twist. And in the twisted child, so remembering that you're sitting behind your bolster or your pillows. Someone last semester just used their big queen size comforter and always balled it all up, and that's what they, that's fine, that works, right? So sitting with your legs kind of moving off to the side, both of them are moving in the same direction, and they're moving away from, the pillows, the bolster. And then de-rotate first. So this means you're turning away from the pillows, turning your back on the pillows. And then when you're ready, revolving, turning to face the pillows, and then coming down. So if you like, I always like to kind of readjust once I come down. And the way that you can do that is to push up and turn your torso a little bit more to face the pillows. So you get a deeper rotation, and then come down again over. Close your eyes. Experiencing gravity. Allowing for gravity. That invisible force in your body. Can we experience a bit of gratitude here now for gravity? Where would we be without it? All right, one more breath here. And then you can start pushing yourself back up. And we're going to spin to the other side. Make whoop, 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 whoop sounds, Three Stooges. Sit again with your legs going in the other direction now. Second side, repeat. You rotate. Keep the spine nice and long. And then as you're spinning forward, continue to keep the spine nice and long. And as you're twisting here, you can actually use your hands, press them into the pillow and use them for kind of leverage. And just allow the torso to be wringing like you would wring out a washcloth. And then coming down over the pillows. And then you can take another breath here. Start to push yourself up. And then let's just do one downward dog just for good measure. You probably will walk away from your practice today thinking, we didn't even do one single downward dog. Go ahead. Stretch yourself out on the floor. Stay present. Spread the fingers as you press into the mat. And then lengthen up through the outer armpit, all the way up in the sides of the body, sides of the rib cage. Roll your sit bones up. You got this. Take your heels back. Breathe. Two more deep breaths. And then as you're ready, you can come back down onto the knees and set yourself up at the wall for Viparita Karani. Getting what you need to put underneath your hips. And again, hopefully you've worked out by now. I mean, we only have 2 more weeks left. You've worked out what to put underneath your hips as you come to the wall. Taking your legs up, arms out by your side. You could actually wrap your arms around yourself in the wild and crazy guys hug. And then release your embrace and lay the arms on the floor, palms facing up, closing your eyes. Just be. Nowhere else you need to be, but here now. No one else that you need to be. No problems to solve. No planning. Let go of the needless worrying. All right, so you can slowly begin bringing yourself back. Slide your feet down the wall or walk them down, bending your knees and rolling to your side. And then as you come to sit, you can take the palms together in front of your heart and bow your head, honoring yourself, that salt doll in you. And remember, you already have everything that you need inside. Namaste.